Good morning, day 268, cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. So yesterday my mom called and said, "Do you want to go to breakfast?" So I couldn't go with her yesterday because I was already going to breakfast with my friend. So I told her I would go to breakfast with her today. So no breakfast at home, but I'm going to have dinner here. So I went outside this morning and I started assessing the situation with my garden now that it's totally different than it's ever been. And I was just trying to formulate some ideas of what I'm going to do. It's getting kind of late in the season, so I probably won't do much of any of this until next spring. But I like to at least plan ahead a little bit. I do want to put up some new fencing, though, before winter and get that squared away. That way it'll be easier to set things up in the springtime. So always something to do when you have a house and a garden. Now, if I pulled out all my things out of the garden, I wouldn't have to do anything in my garden because we have landscapers. But I like to garden, so I made my own little garden oasis back there with the thought in mind that if I can't do it anymore when I get older, I'll pull everything out or hire somebody to pull everything out. And then the landscapers can take care of it. So I did plan ahead a little bit, but I'm not ready for that. But that's why it's nice that I have everything in raised beds or grow bags. It's all things that I can get rid of when I can't garden anymore. But I plan on gardening for a long time. I will cut back as the years go by, but I don't have any intention of giving it up entirely because I really enjoy it. So I don't know how much decluttering I'll get done today because I'm also going to make a little pit stop at Ollie's, not Ollie's, Aldi's. That's it. I'm going to make a little pit stop at Aldi's, get some of those avocados for 49 cents and some grapes for 95 cents. So that will give me breakfast choices. And I'm not going to overbuy because I don't want to start buying so much that I have to freeze it, because I still plan on cooking down the freezer. It's getting there. And then I have to go to my mom's, not today, but I have to start bringing my food that I have in a freezer over here so that I can start using my little 5 cubic foot chest freezer that I bought just for extras. So anyway, I won't be looking in the refrigerator until this evening, and then we'll see what's for dinner. All right, I'll see you in a little while. Hey, I wanted to show you what I got for my September grocery haul, and I only spent $30. So this will last me all of September and probably half of October. So this is for a month. And I got a veggie box from Flash Foods, and then I got some things from Aldi's, and everything was a great buy. All right, this was in the Flash Foods. These were in the Flash Foods. This was these 4 avocados, 4 onions, these squashes, another sweet potato, a sweet pepper, and a big carton of mushrooms. And then I bought this soap, pecan pumpkin pie, for $1. So that's all that was in my flash foods. Now let me tell you what I got at Aldi's. So that was all $5, that whole box. So at Aldi's I got the romaine hearts, and those were $2.89. I got this bar of chocolate, that was $2.49. The eggs were $1.99. These, I got 2 bags of Roma tomatoes. They were 95 cents a pound. So I got 2 of those because I want to dry these tomatoes and make a tomato powder out of them. The baby carrots were 95 cents. The cheese curds, those I paid the most for, and those were $4.49, but I wanted to try them because last summer, well, this summer, I had a cheeseburger out at Quaker Steak, and it had garlic cheese curds on it, and it was so good. So I want to see if I can recreate that plant-based. The grapes were 95 cents a pound. The bananas were, let me see, the bananas were 40 cents, and it's a nice big bunch. And before I got the flash food box, I bought these mushrooms, and those were $1.39. Oh, and the cocktail peanuts, I like to snack on nuts, and I haven't had any in a while. So those were $1.95, and the whole milk yogurt was $3.39. So that is a lot of food, and that will last me all month. And we'll see what I cook up with it. All right, I'm very happy. Okay, let's see what we can scrounge up for dinner tonight. I have replenished my refrigerator with produce. Yay! And it didn't even cost me very much. I have these gnocchi that my mother gave me a while back, and I think I want to do something with those. Let's see. I still have this teeny tiny bit of cream cheese. I want to do something with that. And now I don't know if this will melt at all, but I have this smoked Gouda. So I'm going to try and put that in, and I want to make a little casserole of sorts. So down here, I still have some of my little bit of homemade cheese. I'm going to get some of that out. And I want to finish up the rest of this tomato sauce with, it's got some vegetarian meat in it. And I have some more pasta sauce here. So I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I'm going to try and mix it together and see what I can come up with. So, alright, well, here is all my new produce. Looks beautiful. And I'll be starting to cook that tomorrow. I have my grapes, my yogurt, my sweet potatoes. I still have some of this chicken. I'm going to have some of that too. Of course, you know it's plant-based. And I don't know, I'm going to see how much this makes. And I still have some lettuce too. So, all right, let's put something together. So I will meet you at the stove. Well, here's a lovely bag of garlic that I got. I don't know, maybe I'll try planting some. October is the time to plant garlic. I don't know, we'll see. But that came in my veg box, as the British would say. They call it veg, I think. All right, well, I'm going to see if I can come up with something here. And here is my Swedish chef, Vert de Ferk. I love this guy. Anyway, let me get my ingredients. Okay, I've never cooked with this before. It's vegan, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, allergen-free, lactose-free, and gluten-free. Good plant. So I bought that a while back and it really needs to be eaten. So I'm only going to take one of these in case it doesn't work out. So I'm going to add, this is vegetarian meat crumbles, and I'm going to add that to this bowl. And this needs to be eaten, so we'll eat that up. And I don't want to make too much or I won't be able to eat it. And to that, I'm going to add this little tiny bit of cream cheese, because I want to use that up. Because now that I have some fresh produce, I'm going to be making some more fresh things with that. Alright, now here goes the smoked Gouda. I don't like this enough to buy it again. It was okay on crackers, but you know, not my favorite. I'll try it again, just see. It's okay. Actually, it's tasty, but the texture of it is off. I'm sure they wanted to make it like a laughing cow kind of cheese, but it's very firm. It would be good on crackers, you know, just to cut it, but it's good to eat like that. Now this, I'm only going to put a little bit of this in because I don't want it to be too cheesy. So, and then I'm going to heat this up in the microwave to try and melt the cheese. So I'll be back. Okay, so the sauce tastes really good. Now I'm just going to put this gnocchi in there. I'm not putting the whole package in, only half, because I don't want to have more leftovers. So, and I'm just going to try cooking the gnocchi in the sauce and seeing how that turns out. The rest of it I'm going to save for another meal. So I'm just gonna try sticking this in the microwave and seeing what we come up with. So anyway, today I went to Home Depot and I looked on Amazon for a garden cart. Well, they were just way out of whack. They were $100 and up, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Now, I've been wanting a garden cart for quite a while already because you guys know I do a lot of work in my garden. So Home Depot actually had one for $54. So I thought that was reasonable, and it's a nice size little cart. You can dump it over, and I will get a lot of use out of that. So I went ahead and I bought it. And so for me that was more practical than borrowing one, because really there was nobody that had one that I could borrow. So now I have it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore, because I'm always hauling something, whether it's dirt or soil or mulch or garden amendments, and so when I do the chips, you'll see the cart. So okay, here we go. I'm going to, I know it doesn't look that great, but I think it'll be good. So I'm going to go ahead and nuke this for 5 minutes and stir it, and then see how long I actually have to cook this. So I'll meet you right back here in a few minutes. Okay, the 5 minutes was enough to cook the gnocchi. It's really, really thick. So I'm just going to add just a splash of almond milk to thin it out a little bit. But the taste is good. And it did soften up the gnocchi. Now you could also add more pasta sauce if you'd rather. But I'm just going to add a little milk. And it's a very, very creamy sauce from the cheeses. And the plant-based Gouda cheese did melt, so that's good. So okay, another thing gone from my refrigerator. Right, and I'm going to just heat up this plant-based chicken. And I'll meet you back here, and I'll plate this up. Okay, I'm putting together a little salad here, just some iceberg. Trying to use up my celery and a little piece of sweet onion. And I have a little tiny bit of this vegan feta left that I want to use up. So I'm going to put some of that on there too. Now I could put tomato on here if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And then since this is like an Italian-ish kind of meal, I'm going to use a little bit more. This is almost gone. And put a little of that on. Some salt. Some pepper. Oops. Some pepper. And then I'm going to dish up my pasta. Alright, Well, that does look like it's enough for 2 meals, so I don't know. We'll see how it is tomorrow. So there we go. A really quick meal. And I know this is going to be very filling, so I don't want to get too carried away here with loading up my plate. Yep, and it's definitely enough for 2 meals. So there we go. Cooking up my leftovers, using up my leftover produce, and I think this is going to be good. So let me give it a taste. I know, unconventional fork, right? Give this a taste. That's really tasty. So that's a great way to use up leftover cream cheese. If you have Boursin cheese or Laughing Cow cheese that's getting old, put it in your pasta sauce. This is really good. All right, I'm going to eat dinner, and I'll grab some dinner and join me. So Aldi's was out of the 49-cent avocados, which didn't really surprise me, but I did get a lot of other good buys there. So it was worth the trip, and hopefully I can get by for a whole month. Now today's the 15th, so that would mean not going shopping until October 15th. Now I'm going to have to buy a few things because I want to have my daughter's birthday party here at my house. So I'm going to have to either make or buy a birthday cake and, you know, buy some food for my guests, my family. So I'm going to make that a challenge too and see how little I can spend on food for the birthday party. What do they call these videos where you eat and you talk to your subscribers? Is that a mukbang? I think it is. Sometimes I like to mix my salad with whatever my my main dish is. It gives it some freshness. So I'm going to mix that with a little pasta. So today was a really nice day. It was only 71, but sunny, and I had to put my garden cart in my back seat of my car because my car is so small, and because I have absolutely no trunk in that car pretty much. When I put the top down, it takes up most of the trunk space. So that's what I had to do. Now in my other convertible, my Sebring, It had a decent sized trunk, and I hauled so much stuff in that car. And whenever I hauled something bigger, I put the top down. But this car is so small, it's really difficult to buy anything other than groceries. So, but I did get it home. It just fit in the back seat. And I think it'll make my chore out there much, much easier. Now my daughter, I showed her the pile in a text, and she said, "Oh, you're going to use all that?" And I said, "Well, if you want, you can have half of it." But she says she only wants some of it, maybe a couple garbage cans full, because she wants it for her chickens. She says, "I can put that in the chicken coop. They'll have fun." She's really getting attached to her chickens. So that's good. Other than that, I don't want to keep talking with a full mouth. So I'm going to finish my dinner, and then I'll be back. Okay, well, dinner was good. I haven't done anything with my produce yet. Tomorrow I'll wrap it up better. I'll wash everything, get it ready for keeping it for a month, hopefully. So I got some good deals today. So there's still some good deals to be had, but you have to shop smart. I did get chocolate, which is totally unnecessary, but you know, you have to get some things that you really like. But my plan for the future is not to have, you know, 4 or 5 different snack foods. If I want potato chips and maybe some scoops or something, but not potato chip scoops, cookies, pretzels, you know. I want to try and do everything reasonable so that it can be eaten up in a reasonable amount of time. So check your produce and see what they have on sale. Like I said, I was very surprised that Aldi's had the avocados for 49 cents again, because they've been pretty much $1 a piece everywhere lately. So there must have been an overabundance of them or something, but every single one was gone. So, but I did luck out in my flash food box. I had actually bought a different box, and they looked and looked, and it's like, it's not here, you know. So she looked on the app and said, you know, would you like this box instead? So I really lucked out because it had the 4 avocados in there and mushrooms, and those were 2 things that I wanted to buy. So those were in there, and I already have a lot of frozen peppers, so there was only 1 pepper, which is good, that I can eat up in a salad or fry up in a with potatoes for a breakfast. And it's really good just sliced on a veggie sandwich with a little dressing dribbled over it. So I didn't buy any bread because I still have some buns. I have hamburger and hot dog buns, not too many, and I still have like 5 maybe rolls that I can eat. I still have some naan bread, and I still have some bagels, some onion bagels. So I still have plenty of bread, and then when I run out of that, maybe I'll make some more. Or I may just swing by Walmart and get one of their loaves, their Italian bread. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. All I know is I want to continue to cook down my food. So I think I got a pretty good deal on the garden cart. considering everything I pretty much saw online was, like I said, $100 plus, and I wasn't going to buy one for that amount of money. So I hope this one holds up. It's definitely a good size. It's not huge, but it's not tiny either, so it should be good to store, and also to start hauling some of those wood chips. Plus, I had to get something that fits through my man door in the back, because that's the access that I have to my backyard. Either that or I would have to go all the way around my house, which I don't want to do. So I spent $24.65 at Aldi's. So I thought that was really good. And I won't be going back there now for a good another month. Actually, I hadn't shopped at Aldi's in a long time. Their prices have definitely gone up since they redid their stores, and then right after they redid their stores, the, hit the fan. So I'm sure they need to recover some of their costs. But Aldi's isn't as cheap as they used to be. Mark's definitely isn't as cheap as they used to be. So the flash food just started within this past year, so that's a really good deal. They have other things besides produce boxes and fruit boxes. They have mixed boxes of fruits and vegetables. And then they have incidentals on there too, and meat. They have meat that's getting close to expiration. So some really good bargains going on there. There's, you can beat inflation. You just have to look around and not just grab the first thing you see, and shop smart. You can beat inflation. Yes, you can. And I'm determined to do that. So, all right, my friends, didn't do any purging today. The last 3 days I've pretty much been running around with friends, and, so I need to stay home again and get some things done. All right, my friends, there she goes. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.